5 things, not 5 general categories, not 5 ideas, 5 specific upgrades that change how the deck performs, how it looks, and how long it lasts. None of them are in any standard build quote you'll ever get. I'm Dr. Decks, an award-winning deck builder with over 35 years experience. Whether you're a homeowner trying to understand what you're getting, or a builder looking to level up what you deliver, the standard build process leaves these 5 things on the table every time. After this video, that changes. So the first upgrade that we did on this particular project was the client was interested in using a multi-width board, which is a wider version of a standard width. This deck board here is a standard 5.5 inches wide, but TimberTech AZEK makes a premium board that's 7.25 inches wide, as you see here. So one thing I would suggest you do when you're gonna consider doing this type of upgrade to a client is make sure you know your hard material costs before you just do the upgrade. You're thinking to yourself, I know what this board costs and I know how many I need per square foot. So I know how much my per square foot price is for this particular plank. But what I didn't realize was this is a premium board. A standard bid would normally just get this price. This is our standard width everyday board. But when you start getting into custom and elaborate parts, they may cost more. This particular plank happened to cost 30% more than this board did, which I didn't realize, and I gave them the upgrade for the same price. This particular plank is a premium upgrade that you may consider doing for a future client. So if you're a contractor and you're talking about upgrading this product, it's a 10-minute conversation that you should have with your client. And if you're a homeowner just getting a bid from a deck company, just count on having this board width as your standard and knowing that if you go to a wider board, it may cost more. All right, another simple upgrade, but I feel is very necessary, is your fascia details. This particular deck has some really nice ones. It has a double step fascia, so there's a multi-width piece and then a piece of stair riser, which is thinner than this piece here. So it gives it a staggered step look. This board only comes 7.25, so I have to figure something out here anyways to fill it. Instead of using another same thickness piece, I use a thinner piece that gives it a step down that gives it a really clean look. Then you also might notice this waterfall look, which again is another upgrade that we did. That way it has a place for the fascia to butt into and it cascades over. So we found a place for it to stop naturally where it can expand and contract in a nice spot instead of in the corner of the deck. Another feature of the fascia that's nice, because of the thickness of this material and the stair riser, we were able to use Cortex fasteners, so you could still have a completely hidden fastened face and not have any screws showing, which is again, another premium upgrade that you can do to your deck, is to have no face screws anywhere on this deck. All right, so what you see here is a EPDM waterproof bladder. And it's one of the coolest premium add-ons that we do to our decks. This particular system works very well. It protects your frame, but it also makes the space below it dry. But we wanted to show you what it looked like when you don't put any type of covering underneath the framing to cover all this up. It's just a loose bladder that the rainwater can come to, and then on this particular side, it just drops right down into the gravel below. There's different ways to do this as well, but this is a really trick way to create dry space. Where I live, it rains a lot, so it's really nice to have a dry area, especially underneath your deck if you can entertain or you have the space for it. So let's go take a look at that. All right, so this is what you can have your underneath of your deck look like if you waterproof it and you want to do something really nice. This is called Thermo by Maximo Wood. It's a tongue and groove. It just like a lot of the other tongue and groove products on the market, except this is thermally modified with a 20-year warranty. So this is a premium upgrade, but it looks beautiful when it's finished. Gotta have the deck waterproof to do this. If it leaks or if it rains or anything like that, you're gonna have an issue with the water coming through, and then it's gonna stain the softening. You can also seal this, put a nice waterproof stain on it, or something that will help protect it. You gotta make sure the deck is not gonna leak. So we did our waterproof bladder first, then we installed all the softening underneath the deck. We left a gap over here. This is where the rainwater drains into a gutter. By doing this system, it gives it a really nice finished look, just like you're at a resort. So you don't have just an unfinished underdeck system. Now we've done that before. Maybe that wasn't in the budget to soffit the underside of the deck. If you really wanna be able to use the space under your deck, and we felt this warranted that, then that's why we did the waterproof. And they also want to spend more time out here. When they look up, they don't want to see the bladders, they don't want to see the framing of the deck. So that's why we put the softening in. And then for the nighttime activities, we added some lighting from Enlight. These are low voltage, so instead of hiring an electrician, we were able to do those ourselves, and we just balanced them out about every 6 feet. We just put one right through the middle of the deck because we only have about 7.5 feet to the beam, and those will be adjustable with a smart transformer so they can have them come on and off whenever they want during the day, or they can set them for a specific amount of time every night or only certain nights of the week if they want. The standard build gives you a deck. These 5 upgrades give you an actual space that you want to be in. None of these show up on a standard quote, but every single one of them is worth a conversation. And if you want to see how this soffit is installed, check the link on screen or below.